How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Welcome to, or welcome back to Ignited Nations. I'm your host of it, with almost the most of it, Roland. This is Ignited Ascensions. This is where we're going to elevate, ignite the hearts of many, and laugh because, like, talk shit, water break. So, last video, pretty sure, was things I plan on not bringing with me in 2026. Just to get the year chart started, just to get the channel rolling and stuff. This video is gonna be kind of on the same type of timing, but it's gonna be different. We're gonna talk about fear. Get straight to the nitty gritty because I love the yap. So, fear, you know, what do you get from it? Like, what do you like when you feel fear? Why are you feeling fear? Right? What is causing you to feel fear? Why is it making you fearful? Now, there's things that should bring you fear, like you getting chased by a grizzly bear or a fucking dragon just came in and started breathing fire on your neighborhood and shit. But what brings you fear that you know shouldn't really bring you fear, right? If it can't kill you, if it can't hurt you, why are you scared of it, right? I think fear is a very appropriate mechanism, but it's also a detriment in a lot of cases. And we have to figure out how to differentiate the two. So, that's what I'm here to talk about. You know, we're all human. Fear is an emotion. You know, as much as we want to deny it, it's an emotion. It's something that we have to live with. It's a learned thing, most definitely. Like things that you are afraid of, you learn to be afraid of those things, right? But when it comes to how you want to live your life, how you want to keep moving forward, you you tend to figure out that fear gets in the way of a lot. So, what is fear? Like I said, my own definition, my own words, it's a mechanism to keep you safe, right? It's something to prevent you from doing something stupid, right? It's kind of like anxiety, except it's instantaneous and intense and it doesn't come in waves and it's going to let you know right then and there what you are afraid of, right? Or at least it should. In a lot of cases, a lot of people don't know what they're even afraid of. They're just afraid. And that's when it starts to get in the way. Um, like I said, fear is a very appropriate emotion because without fear, we're gonna do tons of stupid stuff that's gonna get us killed, right? Get us whacked off the fucking map because we want to be the brave person and shit. We wanna be stupid because I don't see a bad thing coming from this, right? You know, fear is just seeing the possibility of something bad happening before it actually happens, preventing you from doing that said thing to preserve your damn life. But, you know, talking in circles right now, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. When it starts to become a detriment, it starts to become a problem. You just basically said the same thing twice. But I feel like a lot of that is going to go over a lot of says. We tend to cling on to fear because it keeps us comfortable, it keeps us safe, right? It keeps us in our comfort zone. And if you stay in your comfort zone, you tend to see less of the flowers that are present in the field. You know what I'm saying? There's more to the field than just grass. There's more to the field than just what you want to see, right? Some things you have to see, some things you have to go through in order to learn, in order to learn. There's lessons within everything and shit. And through those lessons, you're going to eventually like come to terms with the fact that I needed to go through this because I needed to learn why this is bad. I needed to learn why things happen the way they do. I needed to learn why this and why that. Everything has a why. There's cause and effect to everything, right? Everything has is everything. There's less in everything, even good. Even, you know, the most healthiest of things can have some hurtful lessons in it. And it's up to you to either be fearful of it or learn from it and be like, it's okay. Because there's layers to everything, right? So fear, 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 fear. I feel like I feel like I might be wrong, but this is something that a lot of people don't like talking about, and when they do talk about it, they want to seem like a superhuman. I was one of those people. I was one of those people. I didn't want to be perceived as human, right? I wanted to be, I wanted to I didn't want to be perceived as human. I didn't want to be perceived that I was afraid of shit. But I'm more afraid of things than people realize. And everybody is, right? People have this thing where they want to be the odd one out. They want to be perceived as different. When in actuality, we're all one and the same, just in different formats, right? We're all human. You know what I'm saying? There is no person more superior than the other person. It's just people have different skill sets. People have different ways of living. People have different formats, right? Fear is needed, but fear isn't always the answer. And basically what this video, that's basically the point of this video. Fear is needed, but it doesn't always have to be the answer, bro. Because at the end of the day, I didn't fuck this shit up. At the end of the day, we're human. And that's another point of this video. We are human. We're gonna be afraid. We're gonna get nervous. We're gonna not want to be out of our comfort zone just for the sake of being safe. And we all want to be safe. At least we should, right? But being too safe becomes a detriment because you get complacent, you miss opportunities, and all of things. Don't let fear drag you down. Learn from it. Understand it. Try to see more than just the negative. Because there's two sides to every coin. Whether it's relationships, jobs, anything, there is two sides to every coin. You could say, "Oh, I want to be an entrepreneur," right? But negative side, you potentially don't like. You could. What if you don't make the sales? What if people ain't looking at your product or whatever you're doing? What if you don't get enough of a, substantial following to, you know, keep up with whatever lifestyle you have? But on the flip side, if you don't do it, you possibly just missed out on the biggest opportunity of success that you possibly could have had. It's two sides to every coin. This job sucks, but it's paying the bills, right? I hate working out because it makes me feel like shit, but my body looks amazing. Two sides. You know what I'm saying? And those is just whack ass examples that I can come up with on the fly. So learn what fear is, but don't let it drag you down. Don't let it keep you complacent. Understand it. Understand why you feel it. Don't be afraid to take risks Because there's a risk in everything if you're fucking waking up.